Oh my gosh. Okay, let's start this. Am I already gonna start? Oh god. Sorry about this. You're probably already wondering why I am laying down. I'm doing this because I know right here, at least, is in frame. So, anyway, I wanted to do this. Hello. My name's Colin, and this is my podcast. I wanted to do this as more of a journal, more or less, like a life journal, to give to my kids or for myself to see when I'm like 55 or some dumb shit like that. So, I'm probably not going to be trying that hard. But I am going to be talking, here's my purple sock, about where I am at life. And I'm going to try to do this daily and kind of use it as at least something going on here. Sorry, I need to make sure this is still going. I'm using this on this weird microphone that I had that I would use for stuff way back when. But anymore. I'm also going to use this kind of like a checklist of shit I need to do every day. So I will probably be, at the end, I'll always like to look up history, a law of power, a saint, a Bible verse or whatever the fuck, pray, and that'll probably be the ending every time. So if you're not into that stuff, you can skip the end. But every day I kind of want to just look back in history, like I always like to, and see what the fuck happened today. I'm sorry if I'm scrumming around. I'm trying to stay in frame as much as possible, and I don't know. This is rough. Sorry about this. So, anymore, let's talk about, I'm going to grab my notepad. I talked about why I'm doing the pod, I guess. Again, the pod is just kind of for myself as a way to remember my life and why the fuck I'm here and whatnot. So, I guess let's start with 25, feel fat as fuck. People say I don't look fat as fuck, but I know I'm fat. Losing my hair, not the same as I want to be. I always feel like a younger version of myself was a little bit better. I was like running 7 miles a day and doing crazy shit like that. It's just what I need to get back to. I try to run steps at least every day, but fuck, I do not feel the same. But maybe I'm hitting second puberty, where you start getting old. I can definitely feel it. One day you'll see me with hair plugs, hopefully. Fuck God. Right now I'm currently jobless, so you probably won't be seeing me with hair plugs anytime soon. Living a very stressful life right now. Just have enough money for the car payment. Had a job, lost the job, because it was the worst job ever in the whole entire fucking world. But it made me have enough money to buy a car, which is dumb. And then now I only have enough money to do 1 month of car payment, so hopefully I can find a job by the end of January. Growing a mustache for no fucking good reason, because I wanted to. What's up? Doing it up here, which is so fucking fun. I don't know. Such a hard time these days. I'm literally so depresso with what's going on. So, anymore, want this as a personal journal. Hopefully you can stay that way. If you watch this, good for fucking you. If you don't, I don't really give a fuck. I am going to make some other warnings. Obviously, I'm going to pray to Jesus every day. I make bad jokes. I'm horrible. A little racist. See, bad joke. Yeah, I make horrifying jokes, so if you get offended, I'm sorry. And I'm cringe as fuck, as you can see. Cringy as fuck. Especially when I'm sitting here alone, talking to a microphone, like a loser. So, anyway, I will try my fucking hardest not to be horrifying. for myself and for my future self, because I'm sure you're looking at this and being like, what the fuck? Anymore, as I was saying, the next thing I wanted to jump to was music now, so I can kind of keep a catalog of where the fuck I'm at. Currently, yesterday I was so goddamn depressed, felt like I was failing at life. Still failing at life, but yesterday I was so depressed. I was trying to do this podcast, but the podcast was so depressing, and this one's already depressing as shit, but it was so depressing that I was like, I can't even keep this. But music now, 11,000 followers on SoundCloud, 11,500, whatever the fuck, on SoundCloud. 100,000 views on the highest, whatever the fuck. Over 1 million views in total on all the songs together. I don't know how many million views are, but not as much as you would think. Like 2 or 3, I don't know. I have to look. But putting shit on Spotify. They're doing okay. Got shit taken down off Spotify, which is horrifying. Put shit on Apple Music, which is doing okay, and YouTube sucks, so that's why I have to do podcasts and shit like that to boost the algorithm. Again, I don't really fucking think I'm gonna get famous, or I believe I want to be famous. I don't even know what the fuck the term is. I really kind of just want to make music for myself. Kind of like this, I always used music as like a timestamp of where the fuck I am in life. So like whatever the fuck I'm talking about in that song is what the fuck I'm doing at that current stage. So me releasing depresso music these days is because I'm depresso. Sorry, expressive, start playing myself in the head. Yeah, that's not my fault. It's just what's going on in my life. So I kind of use music as like a timestamp of what's going on. So like, if you are someone that's ever listened to my music, like Saturated Summer, all those years ago, I wrote that in the summer, and it felt saturated, you know what I mean? Stupid shit, but anyway. Sorry. So, yeah, music's going. Music's going. So hopefully down the line I have more followers than that, or at least a little bit, and making more money off of it. Because the goal is to eventually just make money off of music and not have to do anything all day besides make music all day, which, you know, probably won't ever happen. But it is what it is, and I hope to God it does. But you never know. Who knows? I just want to make music all day and, I don't know, live a healthy life, which is a lot to ask for today. So, understand if I never ever fucking get it, which is sad. Sorry, that's probably a horrifying angle of me. Which is sad, but it is what it is. And this is what I was talking about yesterday, and that's why I wanted to fucking not talk about it today, because it's so goddamn depressing to even think about it anymore. Yeah, so feeling a little defeated when you make music for a really long time, 10 years, and you talk, like, when you are fucking 15, 14, and you're talking to yourself, you're like, oh, yeah, 10 years from now, 25, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Same pressures. It's not the same. Especially when you're a normal fucking person. You actually have to, like, do shit. So, it's kind of lame. Kind of is what it is. But that's neither here nor there. I hope to God the camera's still fucking working. Because this camera's so fucked up sometimes. And I hope you are fucking focused on me, for fuck's sake, if you are working. Shit. Yeah. So, I don't know. Hopefully I make these podcasts longer. I want to get Grace to talk to me or someone, because I feel like talking to myself is horrifying. So I at least want someone to sit here and talk to me so I can bounce shit off of them. So I was literally talking to her yesterday, and, you know, she doesn't know. We're watching The Crown and shit. Like, she doesn't know about, the royal family. And I'm not a fucking royal family expert. I'm not an expert on anything, but I do read a book every once in a while. And I was just kind of telling her about how the royal family is, like, German, and they changed their last name to Windsor and all that good shit. Yeah, shit like that. You know, I have just random, I don't know, I think I have ADHD or some stupid shit like that. But just random history shit that I want to talk about, and I can never bring it up because there's no one to talk about it without myself. Or whatever the fuck you're trying, you know what I'm trying to say. There's no one to talk to about it. So, there's no way. This is gonna be odd. I'm gonna check if the camera's still working. Sorry, guys. This is so weird, but I want to make sure I'm actually on. Yeah. So sorry, horse. Anymore. 10 minutes in. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, still got my frame. So, I have no one to talk about history with. I have no one to talk about really anything with that I want to talk about too. So, hopefully this podcast is me talking about those things every day to myself or some shit. So I can at least expand myself a little farther than not. So that's kind of like a lot of what we will be talking about. I know this whole intro is kind of like where the fuck I'm at now. And I'll probably do one of those every couple months. Be like, this is where I'm at now, this is what we're doing. Just so when I do look back on it in 10 years, if I keep this up for 10 years, or if I, in 10 years, at least people have video of it, video of shit. So anyway, I want to, I guess, jump away from that. I thought I would talk about that longer. I did talk about it for fucking 10 minutes. So, first, music, trying to finish like 10 fucking albums because I'm fucking crazy and I have to work on 20 things. So I'm making a hard rock album, making a soft rock album, making an indie rock album, I'm making a hip hop album, I'm making, well, not albums because I'm not signed, they're mixtapes. I'm trying to finish them before I quit, because for some reason there's this like new thought in my head about quitting everything, music and all that. So I don't want to quit music. God, I feel like I'm fat as fuck. I don't want to quit music, but even though I still have music to make, I just don't feel like, still, I don't know, probably was still fucking recording for all I fucking know, but it is what it is. I don't fucking know. I hope to God it was. I don't fucking know. Because I want to use this camera so I can record at least fucking longer than 10 goddamn minutes. But let's search it up real fast if it still records. I don't think so. It sounds like a shutter shutting off. But hopefully there wasn't that much of a black screen there. And hopefully I didn't want to kill myself as much trying to these together. And God, in fucking 10 minutes, it's probably going to do the same thing. So, fuck me. Anymore. I guess I'll have to keep these short and sweet, or cut them together, have actual cuts, which I didn't feel like fucking doing, because I don't used to do a lot of video editing. I do a lot of video editing, but I feel like I'm gonna hate video editing a podcast of myself, because just hearing myself talk, that sounds horrifying. But anyway, what was I saying? I should have fucking clapped for the top of that video, sorry. But anyway, sorry. I'm trying to be better, an actual good host for myself, so if when I am older, I would actually want to listen to this shit and not be like cringing at fuck. And I know it's cringe as fuck, but fuck. I've seen some fucking cringing shit. Also, local news, was just watching it on the fucking show. Some fucking person ran their car through Popeyes and killed 10 people down in Covington. What the fuck is wrong with people? Anyway, back to video editing, I guess. I'm trying to get a job back in video editing. The job I just had was like a 9-to-5 job, which made me want to shoot myself. Like sitting at a desk and like actually doing 9-to-5 and doing work where I had to sit at a desk all goddamn day and answer emails. Horrifying. And dude, everyone that's doing that, I love you so much, and I thank God for you guys, because you guys are the ones that are actually like helping move the world. And I'm not saying that you guys are better than the fucking warehouse workers, that you guys are fucking making the emails do shit. But what I'm saying is, holy fuck. Like, you can see it on my face, like I fucking depressed by it. So, what's news? Horrifying, horrible shit that you have to go through, and I would not want to do that. So, yeah, was working that 9 to 5 job. Then I was doing the head of videography over at America's Best Restaurants, traveling the whole fucking country, which was cool. But when you're traveling the whole country for someone other than like your own company, like when I was traveling doing music gigs, that's fucking awesome. Doing music gigs and traveling, great. But traveling and doing videography gigs where you sit for 15 hours, 16 hours, you're mostly driving to different fucking gigs, 3 hours away, and then slamming all these videos. And then, I don't know what was going on over there, because I remember I would turn in all my shit, and then someone was like, you didn't do this, but I knew I did it. Like, you have to set it up in the files and shit, and I would set them in files and turn it in. So, I don't know if someone had beef with me because I was trying to do video editing too with them. And one of the video editors did not like that, thinking I was coming in his territory. I was only just trying to help get off the fucking load for them, but who knows. Anymore. Yeah, the company wasn't doing as amazing as they could have been. They're doing great now. I still get emails from the fucking CEO. I guess they're doing great now. They're still open. But they're acting like they're about to fucking close in the winter, so they fired everyone that was the highest paying position or whatever the fuck. All of them got fired, which was horrible. I remember I got fired right in a Kroger's parking lot down in Latonia. I was walking into Kroger's, and I was going in there to get fucking groceries, and I was walking in, and my boss FaceTimed me. He was like, you might want to go back in the car. I was like, he's fucking telling me. And he told me the way he like said I was fired, it made it seem like he was leaving. Like, I can't look back on it and think straight, but the way he said, like, you know, there's we're losing money, but like he was basically saying like how like there's no money in the budget and shit like that. So I was like, are you saying like you got fired? Like, and you took to it? What the fuck are we saying here? And he was like, no, you're fired. And I was like, okay. I was like, why the fuck? Because we were friends, so I just figured like he was telling me, like at first I thought like he was telling me that they were letting him go, and I was like, shit, already? They just hired you. But no, he was telling me I was like, which is horrible, which is hilarious, though, because I'm half an idiot fucking thinking that they still wanted me to work there, which is hilarious, but kind of dumb of me, kind of dumb. So, anyway, today, I don't really have anything anymore, I guess, to say about doing podcasting, I guess, the fuck. Again, personal journal, more or less. Sorry. Personal journal, more or less. And that's how I want to think of it, as that kind of that. And I want to do this every day, where I kind of talk to myself and talk through my feelings and how I'm feeling that day. And how I'm so upset at whatever the world is. Because I just feel like I'm so depressed and upset and aggressive and depressed. I am upset. Even though I said it, I'm double upset. I just feel like I'm that for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, what's the fucking point? I feel like I'm so pissed off about shit for no reason. And it might be just because I'm finally getting my brain chemicals corrected at 25. But fuck, bro. Like, shit. It's upsetting. I'm not crying. I've got something in my eye. I'm really not crying. If anything, I'm stoned. Sorry. Not really. So yeah. Like, what the fuck? Just upset that I have to still be here, in the sense of, like, on this plane. Like, I thought I would level up by now, or something, but it's probably my quarter-life crisis, and all that shit. Because it pisses you off. Here's where it goes. Here's where I'm going, I guess. What pisses you off is that when you are from, like, 16 to fucking 20, I was partying. Like, going fucking hardcore. Hard in the paint. Like every fucking 16-year-old, but like more than average. But I guess not even more than average anymore because the fucking kids these days are fucking insane. So probably not more than average. Kids these days are probably like pussy boy, but whatever. Then I was like, oh, drinking all day is horrible for you. So before I was even 21, I didn't even give a fuck. I would go to bars and shit like that, but like, I would go to bars before I was 21, sorry. And I don't know, you just don't give a fuck when you do it early. And now it's like, I don't know if when you're like from 21 to 25, you're trying to like set something up. And traumatic shit has happened in that time, so I'm not going to give it to it. But from 21 to 25, you're trying to set something up. And then by 25, nothing's moving. Like, I guess you got some followers. I got like 20,000 followers on Instagram, or I had 40, then I got banned, and then now I got 20 on my anyway. When you're trying to get something like that moving, and it doesn't ever feel like it's moving, it makes you like, But, like they say, you can be kicking and screaming for 10 years and it won't fucking move. But eventually, it could eventually move, I guess, is what they say. But you just gotta keep going, I guess. And this is me trying to keep going, is what I'm saying. Is trying to keep putting out shit and trying to do shit. And for whatever amount of time I was just trying to do music and trying to be like, whatever the fuck. But now I'm kind of done and I don't fucking feel like doing that. And traumatic events have happened when, in the last couple of years when I was at ABR and shit, I don't go too into it now, but traumatic event happened while I was working there, and then it kind of makes you like flip, come back, and I don't know, give your shit up to the higher, or whatever the fuck you want to do for it, do with it. But I'm never going to go into detail about that, because if this is a personal journal, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Me and my therapist know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I don't need to tell you motherfuckers that stumble upon this what I'm talking about. But working there and having, a couple traumatic events happen back to back to back with you-know-who doing what he did and losing you-know-who. Joey Diaz once said that, when some shit like that happens to a young man, he kind of stays stuck for a couple years. And this is me, and I knew I was stuck, because once this shit happened, it's so cryptic, but you know what I'm talking about. The shit happening with your cousin. Once that shit happened, I don't know, it's like your buddy, and when you lose your buddy, you don't understand what the fuck's going on. Again, like, this is kind of the point of my cry. This is kind of the point of this. I hope the camera doesn't turn on. This is kind of the point of this, though. It's like I don't have my buddy to talk to about my craziness, crazy ideas. Because he was a commie, hardcore commie. Hardcore commie. I'm pretty sure he hated Jewish people, though. Which, I don't know why you can hate Jewish people and be a communist. And Karl Marx was a Jew. Me, 1% Jew. I'm allowed to say that. I just don't understand. So we would always butt heads and we would always, like, have really good discussions. And it's not like discussions that, like, you see today, where, like, people get so fucking, like, butthurt. I don't understand why. I don't know what the fuck why this does this, but I don't like you, sorry if you saw me. I don't understand why people can't have that discussion anymore. Because me and my cousins, when I was younger, like when I was really young, I used to be like commie. Like I used to be far left. Like real communist about shit. I thought communism would work. And don't get me. When I was like a little kid, I loved World War II. I loved the Russians. I loved playing as the Russians in Call of Duty World War II. So I thought, like a little fucking 7-year-old would, literally. Where the fuck? World at War came out. Where the fuck did World at War come out? Sorry, guys. Came out in 2008. So, I was only 9. So, maybe 9. I was probably 8 or 9, whatever the fuck came out. June 4th is my birthday, so whoever knows. June 4th, 1999, so I could have been 8 or 9. I love the Russians. I thought they were cool. And we used to always talk about like the Russian sleep experiments and shit like that. But when you like, get older, I just realized doesn't work. Never works. It's a good idea. But what me and him would always have a discussion about is we called the fox and the rabbit, or I called it the fox and the rabbit. He believed that, I believe that the fox will always go and eat the rabbit, or whatever the fuck the fox eat. They'll always chase and eat the rabbit, kill it. It's in the fox's nature. Just like it is in human nature, some of us humans' natures. Some of us just want to fucking chill and live our fucking lives. But some of us want to topple over each other and climb a ladder to get ahead of each other and take and shit like that. So I'd always tell him, it doesn't matter. Whatever fucking thing you can do, like in communism, there will be a Stalin, there will be there'll be someone that climbs on top and fucks it all up. Just like how there's someone like that for us too. But in communism, you don't have anything to like escape with it. You have to do the state. There's no religion. I think it kills culture. I feel like Orthodox religion in Russia was beautiful, and they tried to kill it. But besides that, I just think that's great, and that's why I would always kind of argue on the side of what we got here in America, because, if we're out in the fucking woods, if the men were out in the fucking woods, it'd be the biggest man is the fucking swinging dick, and he's in charge. But now, we don't need to fucking kill each other to see who's in charge. We can just say, hey, I got more money than you, I'm in charge, or whatever the fuck. That's a completely oversimplification of my views. I hope everyone understands that. Completely oversimplification. But that's why I always try to like argue with him about it. He never understood that. He never understood. He always said like he could make the fox not eat the rabbit. But that's not possible. We have nature, and we all have human nature, and we're gonna fall into that. Now God or whatever the fuck, some religions are human religions, is what I like to say. But there's more a God religion, and it's against everything in human nature. You know what I mean? Human nature is to kill and murder and do horrifying things, like rape and all that shit, and do bad things to children and all the horrifying shit. But there's only a handful of people out there that's like, don't do that. So that's why I feel like you should try to follow those guys. They say don't fuck with little kids. Don't, all that shit. Just look at the leader, like they always say. Look at the leader, Personally, I'm a Catholic, so, and I know the Catholic Church is done horrifying shit, but we always have the Council of Trent, we have the councils to fix them or whatever, but always look to the leader, who started it. Jesus was a pretty good guy. I've never seen anyone say anything bad about him. I've never seen anyone can say anything bad about him. Like, I actually read the fuck what he did. Can't tell me, that's fucked up shit that he was doing. So, can't tell me that. Sorry. So, anyway, I'm not trying to dive into religion today, but that being that is where I'm sitting at today. And with him, but yeah, that's why I wanted to start a podcast. It's kind of like I don't have anyone to talk about shit like this to, So I can talk about shit with this to myself, my future self and my past self. And I can kind of digest past ideas, and then in the future, I can watch this and be like, hey, what the fuck was I thinking about back then? So, put that all with a grain of salt. I'm probably fucking insane. So, yeah. Everything I say, grain of salt. I'm probably a little loony bin. And I might be in the loony bin by the time this is, all said and done. So, anyway. I feel like I've been talking to myself for like 30 minutes. Which is true. I've been talking to myself for 31 minutes. Holy fuck. Is that good enough? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. That's kind of how I want to start with shit like that. And maybe hopefully I have a couple stories for 30 minutes of it. And then we'll go into shit like, what the fuck is today's history? And we can kind of talk about it. Now, I know today... What's today? January 17th. Didn't Desert Storm start today? Desert Storm started today, I'm pretty sure. My phone's being weird. I'm 99% sure Desert Storm started today. Let's take a look here. Many events have happened on January 17th throughout history, including the birth of notable people, the start of the U.S. alcohol prohibition, and the beginning of Operation Desert Storm. Wow. Okay, I don't really know anything about Desert Storm. In the sense, like, I feel like I know more than the average person on a lot of American wars and a lot of just random wars. But Desert Storm, I haven't looked into that in such a long time. So, I'm not going to dive into that too much. I haven't looked into Desert Storm in, like, years. So, if anyone does watch this and want to give a brief summary of Desert Storm, drop in the comments. But by the next time, hopefully next January 17th, I would look into Desert Storm a little bit more. Fuck, I want to say that. Like, I want to say, like, all this shit. Like, all this is about so-and-so. Saddam? Is Desert Storm about Saddam? And that was whole shit with that? Now I gotta check. I'm 99% sure. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Was Desert Storm? No, yeah, I'm so fucking dumb. So fucking dumb. Operation Desert Storm was a military operation that took place in 1991 in response to Iraq invasions of Kuwait. The invasion was motivated by Iraq's desire to gain control of Kuwait's oil supply and to cancel a debt owed to Kuwait. Explanation: invasion in 1990, Iraq invaded Kuwait and took control of the country within 2 days. Oh shit. International response to U.S. Security Council demanded that Iraq withdraw from Kuwait. Coalition forces, the United States led. Coalition. What was the one that killed Saddam? Died in 2006. And we invaded Iraq back then. Yeah, see, like, this is what I'm talking about. I get the ones, I'm sorry, and this sounds so fucked up. As an American, I get the newer wars a little bit more mixed up. Desert Storm and shit. Because we're just over there doing shit for, not us, not for our fucking interest, but it is what it is. But Prohibition. Oh my god, Prohibition. So a lot of people don't know this, but Prohibition, obviously, started by the women's Christian temperance movement, something like that. Women's temperance movement. I know Christian was in there at some point. But it was founded by them, and it was more than just, like, Prohibition. They wanted, like, more water, like, safe water, public water to drink. They wanted, better sewage, better, a whole bunch of shit. But yeah, obviously it was mostly about prohibition. That was like the big target, but they were also trying to bring other shit into it as well. Meaning like, you know, give fucking people water because they're drunk walking down the fucking street. Anyway, so they, how do I say it? Like, they were doing all this shit. There's one lady that was going around smashing bars in Kansas. Forget her name. Wonderful woman. But they were doing all those shit, but then, like, they had to stop protesting because they were just, like, going out to saloons and praying in front of them and doing a whole bunch of prayers in the street and stuff. And it was working, but they had to stop pushing it so hard because, like, their households were going, you know, to shit because men can't do anything around the house. So, their houses were going to shit. So this some guy, who I forget his fucking name, fuck. I literally was watching a video about it the other day. Some guy took it over and he was pushing it to Congress and shit. And he wrote the bill for it. And he pushed it because the women couldn't keep pushing it because of all that shit. So he wrote the bill for it and stuff, but it, like, he fucked it up. Like, he put a bunch of loopholes in it. Like, he didn't mean to, but he put a bunch of loopholes on accident where, like, you can't. And you know, honestly, like, next podcast, every time this shuts off, I'll shut the fuck up and then let whatever the fuck, you know what I mean, cut in. So I'm sorry about this first one of having random black fucking spots. But hey, it is what it is. It's podcast number 1. Fuck it. So anyway, they were prescribing whiskey and shit. It honestly makes sense why the fuck they were prescribing whiskey before, but it makes sense why they fucking make a bunch more, because people were probably fucking withdrawing like a motherfucker and almost fucking dying. So shit, you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway. So, that's today in history was Prohibition. So, the next thing I want to do, sorry y'all, oh my god, fuck, is to read one law of power each day, and just keep doing that every fucking day. And read one law of power each day and keep doing that every day. And I'm not saying, like, read the whole fucking chapter. But we'll just go in the front. Just read the one law of power up here in the front. And we'll think about it for a second, and then that's it. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel... I'm also, FYI, I read at a 3rd grade level. So, I'm going to fuck up all the time. All the time. Always make those above you feel comfortably superior. In your desire to please or impress them, do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite. Inspire fear and insecurity. Make your masters appear more brilliant than they are, and you will attain the heights of power. So, pretty self-explanatory. Oh god. Love Robert Brain. That book's low-key evil, but it's good for you. Never outshine the master. So, I don't even know how to, like, give an example of that. Don't. You know what this makes me feel? This makes me feel like I'm sitting in, like, high school, and we're reading the book together, and they're like, oh yeah, what did you read? And I'm like, trying not to talk in front of the class about giving an example, and I'm already fucking half an idiot because I already forgot what the fuck I read. So, anyway, don't outshine the master. Don't over fucking do it, because people are fucking jealous. It is just what it is. And I don't understand what the fuck it is. And you see a lot here in Cincinnati. Cincinnati is what we call a crab in the bucket city. And when I was younger, I was a lot, I hate saying that, I was pretty good at, like, I was making music young. So, when I went to school for music, I was just better than doing the average shit. So, like, they were teaching, like, how to import a beat, or how to import this. And I was already making songs for 10 years. And, I don't know. It makes people who believe that they're above you, weirded and jealous. And I don't understand it. Like, there's someone that I went to school with who was one of the teachers. And I started teaching there. Like, I literally went to school there and then started teaching there afterwards because they're like, this kid already knows everything. It's neither here nor there. There's a teacher there, and he was, like, weird about letting people know about shit. Like, I would always be like, oh yeah, do this, do that, do this, do that, and try to fucking generate some shit for people. But he was weird about, like, letting people know about, oh, there's an opportunity, there's this, there's an opportunity in the city, there's that. And it really made you see the crap in the bucket, like, mentality where people just pulling motherfuckers down. And they didn't want anyone to fucking see it. Or anyone to see... They didn't want anyone to, like, get the opportunity, sorry. So, it's just a weird... Oh my god. I think the mic is dead. And I'm sitting here fucking talking shit to myself with a goddamn dead mic. Bro, what the fuck? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can't hear me. You're just hearing me on the fucking camera now, probably. And I'm probably so fucking pissed at my goddamn self. What the fuck? Dude, fuck me, am I right? God damn. So many problems in a 45 minute thing. Fuck. Who knows what the fuck I was on last? I never even noticed it. I could have been fucking dead forever. Shit, dog. Shit, dog. Shit, dog. Shit, dog. It is what it is, bro. Fuck. Maybe next time I'll just have to connect my recording mic or some shit to the computer and send it over here. Who knows? Fuck, dog. Fuck, dog. Who knows? Shit, dog. Okay. What was I talking about before? Crabs in the bucket. So anyway, I wouldn't tell anyone about opportunities. And that was like really one of those things where I first saw crab in a bucket. Pull motherfuckers down for no goddamn reason. What the fuck? Why? I don't understand. Never understood it. Never will understand it. Never understand the crabs. Never will. Don't understand. Don't got it myself. So, that being said, always try to help people, because I always try to fucking help people and fuck. But I have no friends anymore. So, because no one does anything I do anymore. And I traveled for 2 fucking years, and when you travel for 11 months out of the fucking year, you lose your friends. So, it is what it is. And you start getting friends that fucking, whatever the fuck. Anyway, lost my job. So now I'm sitting here. We'll probably get another job where I have to fucking travel everywhere, but it will be what it will be. So, laws of power. That was law of power. Whatever the fuck. Today, I also wanted to talk about the Saints' Day, which is, it was Saint Anthony the Great, if I remember right. Yeah. Feast day of Saint Anthony the Great is January 17th. Also known as Father of Monks, Saint Anthony the Great. He was born in Egypt around 250. Anthony is considered the first Christian monk. After his parents died, he gave away his large inheritance and devoted himself to a life of solitude, prayer, and I don't know what the fuck that word is. His patronage, Anthony is the patron saint of butchers, grave diggers, and skin diseases. Crazy. His legacy, Anthony's life and legacy inspired the growth of community around him. Even though he didn't create a monastery himself, his radical approach to discipleship and a lasting impact on the church. Celebration. The Anglican Communion. In the Anglican Communion, Anthony is celebrated with the Lesser Festival on January 17th. In the Coptic and Catholic and Orthodox churches, his feast day is celebrated on January 30th. What the fuck? So I just fucking read that whole thing, and this feast day in my fucking church isn't even until 30. the 30th. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. That's nice. Okay, so wanted to do that, and then do a little psalm. If I can get to the Psalms. I have a bookmark right here. What the fuck? Psalm 1. Oh, the joys of those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or stand around with sinners, or join in with mockers, but they delight in the law of the Lord, meditating it day and night. They are like trees planted along the riverbank, bearing fruit each season. Their leaves never wither, and they prosper in all they do. But not the wicked. They are like worthless chaff, scattered by the wind. They will be condemned at the time of judgment. Sinners will have no place among the godly. For the Lord watches over the path of the godly, but the path of the wicked leads to destruction. Wow. Isn't that a great song? I always find that song really good. I know that song because I always fucking restart the goddamn Psalms every fucking 5 minutes, it feels like. Okay, putting my Psalms down here on my table here. I'm going to find whatever the gospel is today, and we're going to read that together. Now, I have to do the gospel on Sunday. I have to, read it at church, so that should be fun. And I know sometimes they read, the gospel during the week. They have a different... I'm not even going to say it. Hallelujah. Okay. 5 songs. Reading from Hebrews. Let us be on guard, while the promise of entering into his rest remains, that none of you seem to have failed. For in fact we have received the good news, just as our ancestors did. But the word that they heard did not profit them, for they were not united in faith with those who listened. For we believed, entered into that. We who believed entered into that rest, just as he has said, "As I swore in my wrath, they shall not enter into my rest." And yet his works were accomplished at the foundation of the world. For he has spoken somewhere about the seventh day in this manner, and God rests on the seventh day from. When he preached the word to them, they came bringing him a paralytic, carried by 4 men, unable to get near Jesus because of the crowd. They opened the roof above him, after they had broken through, and they let him down on the mat on which the paralytic was laying. Sorry, I'm fucking up again. I can't say fucking in prayer, sorry. Let down the mat on which the paralytic was laying. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to them, "Child, your sins are forgiven." Now, some of the scribes were sitting there, asking themselves, "Why does he speak that way? He is blaspheming. Who but God alone can forgive sins?" Jesus immediately knew in his mind what they were thinking to themselves. So he said, "Why are you thinking such things in your hearts? Which is easier, to say to the paralytic, 'Your sins are forgiven,' or to say, 'Rise, pick up your mat and walk'? But that you may know that the Son of Man has authority to forgive sins on earth." He said to the paralytic, "I say to you, rise, pick up your mat, go home." He rose, picked up his mat at once, and went away in the sight of everyone. They were all astounded and glorified God, saying, "We have never seen anything like this." Sorry, guys. Well, I always see people say that, like, Jesus' miracles were weak. I don't know, they say, like, converting water to wine, isn't that cool? Make a paralytic walk, then. I don't know. I've never seen one of you motherfuckers do it. Let's see. Again, reading at 3rd grade level, sorry. That's why I'm trying to get better at fucking reading. I can read in my mind, I can't read out loud because I'm half an idiot. Yeah, sorry about all the issues today. Future self, watching this. I wanted to die, experiencing them, just as you. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to end it with a prayer and we can leave. If I understand what's going on. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now at the hour of our death. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. God, please help me. I need help, because I'm an idiot. I'm fucking so goddamn dumb. I just need some fucking help. Please help me become the man that I see myself as becoming, the man I want to become, the person I strive to be. Guide me. I'm so fucking dumb, so please help me. Gain wisdom like Solomon. Watch over me and protect me, my family, everyone I love. Protect everyone I even hate. Protect everyone I hate watching this. Protect everyone I love watching this. If anyone is. Forgive me. Because I'm a fucking idiot. And I do that shit like that. But please protect everyone in this world. Because I feel like we are losing. Okay. My personal journal is over.